I was introduced to HFMA actually with one of my original mentors. My very first job in healthcare finance, my first day on the job, in fact, she passed me a stack of HFM magazines and said, here, get familiar with these are really good materials to be reading. And so that's how I originally got started. From there, I had one of our former chapter presidents who invited me to get more involved and to join with the chapter. And I've been very lucky thus far to be able to continue on with the chapter. It's a connection point. It's been an amazing resource to me, especially as I'm fairly young in my career. So I'm able to tie into people who've got a lot more years of expertise, and just the networking component has been huge. I just feel so lucky to be able to pick up the phone and call someone who's got a number of years more than I have in a certain area, and they're usually very willing to help with whatever question I might have. So it's been a great connection point for me. I was serving as CFO for FQHC, and we had a pretty critical decision to make on a couple of our banking relationships. I was able to pick up the phone with somebody who I knew, and I knew was going to give me non-biased advice. And amazingly enough, and it's not surprising to me, but amazingly enough, they actually steered me away from their own company based off of the questions I was asking and an understanding of what exactly I was needing at that point in time to make the best decision for the organization. So again, those connections are just so key and have just been such an amazing resource for me, again, trying to solve complex problems. I've been able to grow within the chapter to lead from serving on a committee to leading a committee to serving on the board and the executive board, and now to incoming president. So it gives me reassurance that I've got something in the background to help me, again, with those complex problems, but also giving me a chance to practice outside of the work environment with some of my leadership skills and just interactions with others in that volunteer setting. It's reminded me of the importance of my job. It's reminded me of staying true to what I want to do in my career, and that problems that I'm experiencing at that point in time are probably most likely fleeting, and everybody's dealing with the same thing. Flexibility is just so key, and I'm amazed to see how cyclical some of these things are, especially when you get into the reimbursement aspect of healthcare, and how just a simple election can change your dynamics so dramatically. I also would encourage people to really think about how they can further partner with the clinical side. I think that's so important. I feel very honored to serve in an academic health center where it's a little bit more common, as I understand, where there's that learning and kind of teaching environment. But it's just so key to figure out how to be good partners with your clinical team, to figure out how to make best stewards of your resources that you have.